Alright guys, what's up? It's Apollo here and welcome back to another glorious Rome 2 Siege battle. This is the continuation of the Rome 2 Siege tournament hosted by Chronic Masturbator. If you're just now hearing about this tournament, there's a link down in the video description that will take you to the first battle. We go over the rules in more detail, and of course you don't want the tournament spoiled for you, so check out those battles before this one, because this is the fourth battle of the tournament. Now for the rest of us, I want to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters, Krusty Buns, McGregor, Ryan Pavick, Tim Dobner, and Walticus. If you guys want to support Patreon, there's a link in the video description. Also, this video is sponsored by VPN, Ivacy VPNs. If you're looking for a good VPN, this is the place to go. Of course, VPNs are very, very important for privacy. So there's a link to a 5-year plan. You can get shorter plans if you want, but this is pretty cheap per month. It's $1.33 a month. And you can get it even cheaper by using the code Lifetime20 on their website. And of course, it supports my channel, so it's a win-win situation. So thank you guys for checking that out. And we'll dive into this tournament here. So in the last couple rounds, we saw total winners defeating Ducks. Ducks put up a great fight. Total winners having that epic siege in that third battle. Well, now we're moving on to Hungry Wolves versus the Last Call, all the way on the other side of the bracket here. Now, unfortunately, the two teams in the middle, or the two matchups in the middle, two teams would not show up or could not show up to their matches, so they had to have been disqualified. So we've got Corby First Bader moving up to the next round, and we have the Pinky Toes of Zeus moving up to the next round. It's unfortunate the other teams couldn't show up, but you know, that's how it is sometimes. So anyways, we have the Hungry Wolves attacking Carthage, and of course the Last Call defending. Hungry Wolves bringing 2 armies. We'll go ahead and do some normal speed here. 2 armies of Kush, and then over here we have the Seleucids, who are going to be supporting their Kushite allies. And then defending, we have Bactria, Sparta, and Macedon. We've got some very defensive armies here, rightfully so. Again, Hellenistic or Greek factions, they're going to be putting up a stand. So this is going to be pretty interesting. We got the thing about Carthage is that it can be pretty tough to attack because you got a whole seaside here. And I don't think naval ships are allowed in the siege tournament. I don't know for sure, but nobody has them. So they've got to really concentrate their fire in one area, their attack in one area. So that makes it so the teams are close by, but it also helps the defenders focus on less areas. They can focus, they only need to focus on 2 points. This wall and this wall. And I really can't stress enough that Carthage is a very challenging, at times, challenging settlement to defend, because if you lose this upper area, the attackers can simply walk on this trail and fire down on the victory point. So they can just fire down and use the high ground to destroy your defending forces. So if you prepare like a last stand. So it's almost like better to just fight to the bitter end to hold this area here. Not always. Now, if you can get the attackers to waste a lot of their ammo so they have no ammo, then, that works. But it's going to be just a brawl today, guys. I mean, these guys are going to be fighting for the walls. And if the defenders aren't fighting for the walls, well, that's going to be a big mistake on their part, because these walls are very important in the defense of Carthage. So we do have some artillery back and forth going on. The Kushite forces are pushing up, and we've got some tortoises who are going straight ahead. It seems he's got, let's see, some Kushite slave infantry, swordsmen, and another slave infantry. Again, using the weaker troops because they, you can lose them to arrow fire, not a big deal. But he's going to push up these tortoises, probably knock down this entire wall. It's going to give him a nice breach point, but it's also going to give him some areas where he can set up some siege towers and use some archers to fire down. We also have some artillery firing over here. What happened? What is this? So they've destroyed this section here, but you can't destroy it. Like, the gameplay mechanics, this is not going to create a breach. So I don't know why they went after this. Maybe they can't use the stairs now. Maybe that's it. That could possibly it. Now the Hungry Wolves, just want to say, the Hungry Wolves who are attacking today, are a very good team. They actually won the mini siege tournament I hosted a while back. They won that one. So they've got some good fighters here. So this is going to be quite the match, guys. It's going to be really exciting to see them in action. Now, we are starting to see some defenders appear because this is the perspective of the attackers. So we've got some Macedonian forces moving up. They are holding the inner streets, but hopefully not all of their army. Also, we saw some Bactrian forces, but don't quite see them. They disappeared again, so I'm sure we'll see them soon as the attackers begin to scale the walls. There goes the first wall. It is down, and the second section already being rammed. Oh, and he's already moving in. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, so it's looking like the defenders have decided to go with a passive defense. Again, I'm not a fan of that. I am a die-hard hold the walls until it's no longer helpful, you know? Ooh, nice. And look at the slave infantry setting off traps. Again, it's always good to have some throwaway units in your army to, 1, set up some traps, 2, push up siege engines, and 3, capture flags. And that's what they're doing here. Very good play with the slaves. So they're moving up some swordsmen as well, and another unit of Kushite slave infantry. So they're just kind of riding around, and they've got all the time in the world, guys. I mean, they don't even have to use the siege towers now. I mean, they probably will, but I don't think they need it. I don't think they need it. And this unit here is probably going to move over to this gate, and he's going to open the gate for his ally. That's kind of bizarre. I think that's a huge mistake from Last Call. Last Call should be holding these walls, because now, guys, all the enemy's going to do here, or the attackers, they're just going to put archers up here. You watch. They're going to put archers up here, and they're just going to fire down at the defenders. They're going to use the higher vantage point to destroy the defenses. So that's always my go-to. Like, if you got to defend the walls, at least a little bit. But we'll see. I mean, maybe the defenders have something up their sleeve. Maybe they got something tricky going on. But we'll see how this plays out. But it's not, in my opinion, I don't think it's a great tactic. But again, maybe they've got something planned here. Now, they do have some slingers who were slinging, but it looks like they're holding fire, which is good. You don't want to waste it on slave infantry. You want to save it for the elite troops. The rest of the infantry kind of forming up here, slowly getting more and more troops in position. Sure enough, he is setting up some slave infantry to get this gate. Is there another gate down? He'll probably get both gates. I mean, why not? There's nothing here. I assume the defenders have defenses on these barricades, and that's kind of where their positions are lined up. Some Spartans over here. So we're starting to finally see more of the defenders appear out of thin air, as it is, the fog of war. But yeah, I mean, this is a great start, in my opinion, for the attackers. And, the defenders haven't lost any men, but they lost a lot of ground. They lost a ton of ground, which is I just feel like gonna bite them in the butt later on in this battle. So sure enough, he's going to capture the gates, and it's just gonna take a couple seconds. He is moving up the siege towers. You might as well, get the archers up there and, try to take this as quickly as possible to silence the arrow towers, because even though they gave up the walls, the arrow towers are still active, which I think is kind of lame. I like the medieval 2 style in siege battles where siege towers are only active if you are near them with troops. I think that just makes more sense and is more realistic. Oh, bird, look at this. Bird flying over. Bird's thinking, defenders should have been holding the walls. But right away, look at this. We got troops charging in right after they took the gate. Oh, no, they didn't take the gate yet. What are they doing? Oh, no. Oh, he's going back. He's going back. That's funny. Maybe he just went over there to taunt the enemy really quick. Like, hey, you suck. I don't know. It's the soldiers talking to each other or something, I wish they did that, because it is cool that when you zoom in, you hear them, say stuff. But if they had, a proximity thing where if you're close to an enemy, they'd go back and forth, that would be so sick. That would be awesome. But maybe, maybe in the future Total Wars, but whatever. So yeah, they're going to capture this, and they're going to have it right there. And look at the arrow towers are now being used against the enemy. Ooh. So it's in Attila. So in Attila, the arrow towers fall and crumble. But in Rome 2, if the enemy captures it, they now use the arrow towers. The arrow towers will be used against the defenders. Another reason why you should hold these walls. And now it's just easy kills. This is like a whole nother unit of archers you have. And sure enough, here comes the Seleucids moving up their thorax swords, claiming these walls, going to try to capture this arrow tower as well. Again, you might as well just capture everything here. Activate all these arrow towers and have them help you in your assault. We got more troops kind of resting at these stairs. Not really seeing a lot of archer fire. Well, oh no. Yeah, this arrow tower has now been captured as well, firing at the enemy. I mean, you could just have the walls fight for you at this point. You know, it's just GG. There is a bit of a fight here on the flank. There's some warriors taking on the Bactrian hillmen. The hillmen probably are outmatched here, but there's some arrows coming in to support from both sides, really, from a unit and from the arrow tower. Oof. So if I was playing in this tournament, I would definitely always want to attack first. Because attacking in most cases in Rome 2 is the more challenging task. And I feel like if you attack first and you win the first game, then you're going to be at a good spot. So I don't know why I'm saying this. I just think, you know, it's better to attack first. Kind of like in American football, where it's better to kick off first at the start of the game and then get the ball at halftime. Anyways, this is a weird analogy, but whatever. Seleucid's kind of holding off the enemy, and he's like, hey, why should I? I'm going to have the arrow towers shoot them down. And he's going to, oh my god. Please tell me, Bactria, you're not going to fall for that trap. Bactria, come on. Bactria, what are you doing? Okay, some pathfinding issues there. Bactria, what's happening here? What is this? You better stop right there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no! And look at it, Seleucid just standing there throwing javies at him. Oh, Bactria, sweet, sweet child. Sweet summer child, why? So Bactria is, oh my god, this guy's just, look at this. Look at all these javies. Now they're surrounded and dying. And the Seleucids, what are they doing? Go for it, kill them. There we go. So Bactria pushed a little too far there. It looks like he was going to try to take this arrow tower back, but it's kind of too late now. We've got Kush just watching. Again, letting the arrow towers do all the work. And the attackers are at a very good spot right here. It looks like Kush is starting to push back Bactria at the stairway. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that. That is sick looking. Holy crap. Another unit coming in. They are taking on the Bactrian Royal Guard, which is a pretty elite unit, so they definitely need some backup there. But their formation is not ideal for this situation. It looks like their backs are kind of turned to the actual point they're trying to defend. We have units breaking over here. Sure enough, this hoplite unit that pushed way too far is breaking from the fight. All right, Thorax Swordsmen using their javies. Again, just trying to soften up the hoplites. There they go. Oh, God. That took out so many. So many. There we go. Nice little fight going on here. We've got more Kush forces just kind of pouring in. Again, they can take their time here. They're just slowly attacking these points. You know, these are all choke points, so there's really no need to rush in with your entire army. Just send about 1 to 2 units in each choke point and slowly start, you know, chipping away at the defenders. They might want to send another unit to help out over here. The attackers, the Hungry Wolves, but I think they're doing fine. Again, Hungry Wolves, a very good team. They're a very good team. Bactria, they're holding now with the Royal Guard. Again, they're going to have to deal with the arrow towers. Now, the Royal Guard heavily armored, so none of them have died yet. The arrow towers, they're going to have to fire for a pretty long time to start chipping away at these guys. But again, even... Oh, boy. That killed a lot. That killed about 9 of them. But, you know, the attackers can take their time here. There's really no need to rush. There's no need to sit back and just... If he's going to stand there and get peppered down, then so be it. Same thing over here. Look at this. Look. I mean, it's just cruel. It's cruel what they're doing to these guys. Thorax swordsmen setting up here. They're kind of building up some forces first. They're probably going to attack on... Really, what they want to do, I think, is the attackers want to push on every flank possible. And, oh, sure enough, guys, look at this. Archers on the walls. See, this is the #1... Okay, I gotta be careful what I say here. But when I see newer players, most of the time they don't fight for the walls, and it can be bad. And I feel like Last Call is definitely learning from that because they are feeling the wrath of the Hungry Wolves here. But it's far from over, folks. That is for sure. Who knows? Maybe they got some tricks up their sleeves. Maybe this is all according to plan. But there we go. There's that extra unit of swordsmen coming around to support. Like I was saying, they needed to send another unit up. Very cool. Look at that. The sun looks so sexy. Looks nice. Let's go back over here. Looks like there is going to be a push against this Royal Guard, now down to 123, originally at 160. Or maybe they're just going to get the Javies up. Do they have Javies? Guess not. I guess they're just going to hold there. Seleucids also holding here still. These guys down to 119. Well, oh, they destroyed the barricade. So these men are getting ready to attack. We also have another defense here with the thorax, scale thorax hoplites. Pretty cool name. Pretty cool armor there. The scale armor, fish scale. Back over here. Hey, Bactria is holding. Bactria is holding, breaking one of the Kushite units. But they're gonna need more because they're about to, yeah, they're getting attacked over here. So now is kind of the time for the attackers to break through somewhere. If the attackers can break through at least one choke point, it's gonna cut off a lot of these troops over here. So with this tactic here, whenever you're attacking multiple choke points, what I like to do, and these are my secrets, guys, you know, I'm helping you guys out. What I like to do is focus on one choke point you want to break through. So in my opinion, I think it's this one right here. So let me do some slow motion here. It seems like the attackers are trying to break through this one, but over here it seems that they've broken through over here. I don't know how this happened. But they want to definitely break through here. And you just use other units, like one unit, to keep these troops honest. To keep these troops at the choke point. So when you do break through here, you're going to be behind the men who are holding the other choke points. And that's going to prevent the defenders from being able to retreat and saving these men for another time. And instead, they're going to die. You know, it's much better to kill these guys from behind than having to face them again head on. So that's one of the, you know, classic tactics I use there. And it seems like the Hungry Wolves are doing something similar. They've already caused a lot of issues here with pushing to this point. And the Seleucids, yeah, they need to rush up and get more troops this way. Royal Peltis moving up. Look at these guys. Organization, very awesome. So they're pushing up, and look at the Seleucids just running. They're like, yeah, we're just going to run. Go after these archers, because they were getting hit in the back. And look, these thorax swordsmen, they're taking a lot of deaths here, but that's okay, because they are causing chaos, and they're about to get behind. Like, they can go after a lot of things here. I would personally go behind here and kill these guys. Or you can go back and kill these guys, or Chase down the archers, which it looks like he's going to go for the archer. Nope, nope, he's going to change target. There we go. Now he's going for this unit. Oh, but Bactria is setting in their slingers to stop him. Not a bad idea. That's not a terrible move there. It keeps them locked up, and you might even kill them because they're so depleted, but oh, never mind. Slingers suck. Slingers suck. Okay, back over here. Swordsman almost have broken through the Royal Guard. The Royal Guard has put up a great fight. Got archers retreating. That's a smart move, but you know, this is starting to get a little chaotic for the defenders. A little chaotic. And there we go. We got troops coming around, and it looks like he's going to send them down the center here to support this little defense, or I mean destroy this defense and help the troops break through. Here it comes. Great teamwork from the guys. Great teamwork. Alright, they've broken through the Royal Guard. So now in this situation, when you start breaking through and the defenses are crumbling, you want to try to be aggressive here and try to run down as many defenders that are kind of caught in a bad place. You know, like this unit right here, they're kind of stuck. They're stuck, and you should try to surround them and kill it, because you don't want that unit to go back to its allies and reform, you know? So you want to try to take them out, but they have effectively wiped this first layer of defense with very little casualties. They still have plenty of ammo. I don't even think they've been using a lot of the ammo. There they go. Now they're starting to fire. So what are they going for? Oh no, archers, terrible target. Yeah, that's a little bit of a mistake there. I always turn my archers off fire at will, especially in a delicate situation like this, because you want them using their ammo on, you know, important targets. All right, so look at this. Look at this. Kushite forces pursuing the archers. Archers are running for their lives. They almost went back into the fight. We've got Macedonian forces. Not in a ideal position here, because they can easily get outflanked. You see the gaps on their sides? They should probably just go back up here and defend. They also need to send some sort of infantry here to help these archers. Oh, some Bactrian swordsmen trying to help out, I guess. But they're getting chopped up. And Seleucid's forming up here. Hoplites pushing in. And Bactria's sending up some reinforcements. So they might actually be able to surround these guys. Well, Kush is coming around this way, so. Yeah, Macedon kind of throwing a unit away. You know, there's no reason to be so pushed up like this, trying to hold against these forces. So back over here, troops moving up, archers moving up. I mean, the rest, at this point, you know, the reserves are moving forward, getting into position. Over this way, we've got Seleucids and some Kushite forces breaking through the defenses and starting to put some pressure on these defenders over here. And we'll see what they do here. Let's see if the attackers get aggressive here instead of taking this slower approach, which I would do too. You know, I would take it slow here because, you know, you got all the time in the world. Now, I think you have an hour to take the settlement, so you can't be too slow. But, yeah. I mean, when you take the walls like that, you're gonna go slow. And Macedon is fighting themselves surrounded, and the Bactria. Seleucid's still chasing down the archers. What are they doing, man? It looks like they were going back for some more. But they are retreating now, but they're being pursued by some angry Seleucids. Archers up here. Mercenary Cretan archers. Not a bad position. This is a good move by the defenders. You know, you have the high ground. Very nice. It's going to be difficult for the attackers to fire back. The only thing is, like, you gotta make sure you don't lose this flank. Oh boy, what is this? What is this formation, Bactria? Yeah. Whenever. Okay, so Bactria needs to charge. Alright, so whenever you've got a unit that's like a foot away from you trying to throw javies, you just gotta charge them. It seems that Bactria is doing that. Yeah, that's a good move. That's a good move. Archers are now moving around a little bit. The arrow towers are killing these archers. Oh boy. Arrow towers just, oh no. And now we've got attacking archers hitting them from the rear. The Kushite archers. So, not a great situation for those guys. Those archers, they were in a good spot, but, you know, because they lost the arrow towers and getting hit from attacking archers, it's going to be tough for them. Back over this way, it looks like Sparta is mostly defending the town center. I think the Kush forces are kind of scouting at this point over here, just trying to see what's going on. Are those archers? We've got women. Okay, women holding this breach with just cloth, no armor. They've got a shield. Okay, Jesus, that if Kush attacks there, they're gonna take that very quickly. Sparta needs to move up some men. They need to send up some Spartan hoplites. There we go. Finally, Macedon is breaking while being surrounded. Is this an elite unit? Who was no, just hoplites. They killed 70, but they could have killed a lot more if they were in a better position. So we got a nice little charge here from Bactria, trying to get rid of the Kush forces. If I was the defenders, I would definitely try to focus down areas like here. So I would focus down areas where they don't have reinforcements. Because if you kill them, right? If you kill these troops, you don't have to worry about this flank as much. Or you can push down this way and get behind the attackers. There's a lot of different options there. But I think just by killing these guys quickly, maybe even taking this arrow, yeah, that's what you should do. Push through here, take the arrow tower, and now and just hold it, because what's going to happen is these arrow towers are going to turn back on. They're going to fire at the backs of the attackers, and it's going to make the attackers come to you, and you just hold the gate as if it's just, you know, a choke point, and you have the arrow tower support. So if they break through here, that's what they need to do next, and they need to do it quickly, because I don't know how much longer they can hold over here. Alright, Kush is pushing through here. Kush is pushing through. They can now set up archers on this ridge. Sparta is moving up reinforcements. Waste of a woman. Kushite slave infantry waiting. You know, they're taking their time here. This is going to be a tough fight here for Kushite, for the Kush. It's going to be tough to break through these Spartans. So, I don't know if they're going to be able to, but they're definitely keeping these Spartans occupied, you know, from the other parts of the fight. Oh boy. Yeah, we got some slave infantry holding the walls, and sure enough, the Seleucids are setting up reinforcements. I mean, these attackers are just so good. The Hungry Wolves, so good. They know, they see the situation. They need more troops here, because they're not going to hold much longer over on this side. So that's going to prevent the defenders from being able to sally out of this position and get over to the arrow towers. So, actually, they might be going this way. Yeah, it looks like they're going that way. So, I mean, either way it works. I just think they need to reinforce this, or have something here to protect the arrow towers, so you don't lose them. Again, back over this way, we got swordsmen kind of holding. We do have some pikes up here, so what I'm expecting the attackers to do is most likely move up some archers and start firing down on those pikes, trying to soften them up. He's just going to move up the infantry just in case the defenders try to attack the archers as they're picking off the pikemen. But that's my that's another like kind of advice I would give to newer players. Things I would see with newer players is being too defensive when you're on defense. As in just sitting there and letting them come to you. No, be aggressive. Fight for your town. Fight for the city. And if you see an opportunity to take back an arrow tower or flank around the enemy, you know, formation, do it. Don't just wait for them to get to you. Because you want to control the battlefield, you know? You want to control the battle. And if you're sitting there waiting for them to make a move, that means they're controlling the battle. And you don't always want that. So now we got some thorax hoplites kind of closing in. It looks like they killed the hillman over here. These are pretty tough guys. Armored warriors here. Very, very tough. Look at this. Look at them just patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. They are pushing up here, though. Seleucids setting up the thorax swordsmen. All right. Macedon is now breaking over here. Amazing. Okay, I was completely wrong. Sparta did not hold here. What happened? Seemed like they were fine just a minute ago, but Kush was able to cut them down, and now they're about to push onto the main point. And look at this. This is going to be a nightmare. A nightmare. Sure enough, we got archers up here. We've got archers firing at, is that the pikemen? Let's see. No? Oh, he might be going after the enemy archer. Yeah, he's trying to fire down the enemy archers first. And, you know, at this point, guys, I just don't, it's gonna be tough for the defenders. I just, look at, now they're getting charged. Oh, boy. Ladies, please run. Oh, boy. Ladies, please. So they're dead, and now the archers are going to be able to use this vantage point and just fire down at these defending forces. So it's going to be no big deal. No big deal for them. And, you know, soon, once they break these archers, they're winded. Oh, they're tired. Why are you cheering? It's like, stop cheering. But no, they still have not. Oh, there we go. Now they're going after the pikemen. They're down to 155. If I was the pikemen, I would push them forward. I would push them forward. Most likely they're going to retreat, but, you know, I would do something. Do something to try to, you know, defend my archers. And it's not a terrible, you know, it's not terrible that they're trying to hold this. Because I was thinking, like, what if they might as well just retreat and go down and hold the town center. But it's good that they're trying to get the attacking archers to use some of their ammo on here instead of over here. But now the Kush is pushing, going after some Spartan hoplites. Macedon is breaking. Are they dying to archers? Yep. So whenever you're getting hit like this from archers, just turn them and face the archers. You know, so you can use the big shields that they have against the arrows. You'll still lose troops, but it will require them to use more ammo to kill the unit. But they're gonna break pretty soon. These pikes are getting evaporated. They're now down to 106. Back over this way, the Seleucids are moving in. They've broken through a bit here. Seleucids setting up more swordsmen. Look at that, it's so awesome. Troops coming around the flank. Very nice, very nice. Thorax swordsman closing in as well. And this defense is crumbling, which is no good. I don't know how they lost this so quickly, but if they lose this, they're gonna lose all of this. And I see Mastodon is kind of prepared for that. They've set up some pikes, so good on them. We do have some elephants closing in. Look at this. Look at this. Indian armored elephants closing in, and they're probably going to destroy Kush here. Gotta be careful, though. Don't want to kill your own troops. I don't think they're killing them there. They're just knocking them down. Yeah, most of them are getting back up. But Kush should break. And if they break, this is going to be open. Oh, boy. Troops are retreating and getting shot. Oh, God. At least the gate's opening for them. Like, the enemy's just like, geez, just let them through. Like, oh, this is sad. Probably helps with the morale of, you know, destroying enemy morale. If people in the city saw their own army retreating out of the city, just, you know, pull up the white flag, get this over with. Armored desert cav in the streets over here. Lots of fighting going on. Over on Spartan side, so Spartan has the job of defending the town center. Balance of power is slightly in favor of the attackers, but hey guys, you know, it's not impossible. That balance of power is not looking too bad for the defenders. Sure, they've struggled quite a lot here at the beginning, but I always believe you can turn any battle around, you know, especially when the balance of power looks like that, you know. And look at it, it just went in more in favor of the defenders. So things are looking up. You got to take this arrow tower though. And look at this, they just crushed some, well, this is what I'm talking about. Aggressive player. Well done with the Indian armored elephants. They're doing a good job. And now these troops are going to take the arrow tower. We do have some archers over here. This is going to be a little scary because they could use fire arrows. Yep. Yeah. Get the elephants out of there. Run the elephants. Look at that. Oh. And I think he is. There we go. They should be fine. I mean, it's kind of a little too... Well... No, it's not too late. It's not too late. I was going to say it's kind of too late to get this arrow tower, but... Uh-oh. Wait. Oh. Kush has some African elephants. We're about to see some Indian versus African action here. Alright, archers on the run here. No. Don't tell me. Why did... Capture the arrow towers! Don't leave! Get those arrow towers. What are you doing? No, don't attack. Oops. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to fast forward there. He shouldn't be attacking here because, one, these are pikes. Two, he could have taken the arrow tower. And this was what would have happened. Arrow tower is activated. You've got 2 units. And if they send up 1 unit of pikes, you can use the 2 units to flank around them. So that's going to be a troubling situation for the defenders. Back over here, the elephants are coming back to reinforce this front line. We've got a cav unit just charging in, trying to hold this and preventing Seleucids from advancing forward. Oh, geez. Sparta is... Oh, they got themselves surrounded. They've got themselves surrounded. Royal Peltus fighting here. Look at these guys. Look at these disciples. The lion's mane. Pretty cool. But the last stand is pretty much underway here. And look, there's no need to attack here. If you destroy these forces and capture the town center, it's going to make these troops have to come down and defend it. Because obviously if you capture it, you win over amount of time. So it's important to defend that. Over here, look at this. The elephants went in for a charge. Trying to break Kush, but it's not happening. Fire arrows coming in. That's what you need to do against elephants. Use those fire arrows. Oof. And you don't want them running amok, which they are. So they're now killing their own troops. That's why I don't like to have a general unit as an elephant unit, because you don't want to kill your elephants when they're running amok, you know? Because then I think you just kill your general. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, they're running amok, killing everybody here. Their own, killing the enemy. It looks like the elephants went in for a charge over here as well. They did capture the arrow towers, but unfortunately they were broken quickly. Now the elephants are going for some cav that are just kind of left standing there. And elephants just kind of stomp on cav. They're trying to run away. They should get out, but they lost a lot there. Elephants are taking on fire arrows, but yeah. That's alright. They're just gonna move away from it. Alright, the elephant's still running amok, still killing mostly the Seleucids, which is good. And now we've got troops pushing up this way. Again, this has been a delicate situation. Lots of pikemen have died here. Again, pikemen getting focused down. Thankfully, their shields are in the direction of the arrows, so it is a bit harder to kill these pikes. Back here, these pikes are full health. So, what happened to those pikes who were getting shot? I don't know. But Sparta's holding, guys. Sparta is holding. This is looking pretty... they could come back. They could certainly come back. I'm liking the elephant play here, other than just them running amok and killing a lot of their own troops. Oh, here we go. Now, the thing is, they're going to lose their general, which is not going to be good for Bactria. But I think Bactria has lost a lot of their troops to the point where they don't even have an army anymore, so it doesn't matter if they lose their general. The Kushite elephant still pushing forward, causing some issues in the back line of this defense. But yeah, they just got to kill this one elephant. This armored elephant out of control. What is he doing? So the fight's still going on here. Swordsman against some hoplites. Pikes supporting. Good move there. Kush is having a tough time. I think Kush is gonna have to wait. Oh god. Just charge him, Macedon, please. So Kush is yes, making some ground here, but he probably needs to wait for his allies to push over on top of that terrain over there, because he's doing damage, but with the help of his teammates, they would be able to crush these guys. But I mean, this works too, just sitting back and slinging stuff at the enemy. Just charge them. Like, what are you doing? Just charge. Don't just sit there and take it. Oh man. Hey, look at this. Sparta has some troops down here. Sneaky, sneaky. Maybe they can try to get behind the enemy. Oh no, elephants in the rear. Why didn't he turn the... Oh no. He charged the elephants in the rear of these forces, and the pikes are breaking. These pikes could have killed those elephants so easily. He should have just moved these guys here, or simply turn these pikes around. And the elephants, man, they are the killers here, man. They are the ones who kind of broke this defense so easily. We got pikes over here looking the wrong way. They need to look the other way. Yeah, charging the infantry now. Oh, they're just slinging at them. Oh, jeez. Not slinging, but throwing javies at them. Hoplites are going to die quickly. Just charge them in. They're breaking already. Kush is making some pushes here. They finally have decided to charge in after throwing all their javies. Oh, man, Kush. Kush has taken this building. This is so awesome. So it's really cool. You can take this building and put some archers in it. I wish there was more buildings like this in Rome 2. I wish there was more like building combat, because that's really awesome. But yeah, they're going to use that, and they're going to try to hold it, obviously, with their infantry protecting the doorways so they can't get to the archers. God, Kush, that's brutal, man. That's brutal. It's not even fair. More swordsmen closing in. We got some armored warriors. And I think we're starting to see the elite forces of Kush, more and more of the elite forces appear because they are starting to run out of the cheaper troops. So it's time to send up the old guard. Some cav was able to run through, but they are breaking. They're going to try to charge the general. Maybe they can get a lucky kill. Wow, that did a lot of damage, a lot more than I thought. Well, most of them are going to get back. They only killed 2. Heroes of Sparta. Elephants are victorious here. Most of the troops are victorious. They really just have to get through a couple of units of pikemen, which they can just use archers and slaughter them. This is becoming an issue. Seleucids and Kush pushing in. Seleucids right behind the Spartans. Sparta needs to consolidate their infantry. They need to consolidate their infantry and form a line. There we go. Macedon's closing in. Good. Don't let Seleucids charge in like that. But, I mean, they have been using those javies in such a brutal way. You know, they will just sit there, throw the javies, and use every amount of ammo they can to start to, you know, chip away at the Spartan soldiers. Alright, another charge of Spartans coming in. They're trying to desperately hold this point. And you know, if they can break through here, Sparta, they might be able to get behind some of these attackers, but they've got to go quickly. And nothing is defending over here. Sparta, dude, send some troops here. You got to defend every point. Yeah, it's not looking good. Alright, some pikes are moving up. Maybe we'll see something aggressive here with the pikes. Maybe they can get some, like, rear kills or something. Balance of power is not looking too good, guys. As this progresses, it seems that the defenders are less likely to win this one. Some intense fighting going on there. Archers used up all their ammo, but hey, you can just let them sit up there and watch the battle. Or maybe send them down so they can flank around. Some swordsmen closing in. Armored warriors closing in as well. So all these forces are just starting to pour in, and it's really just, at this point, the defense is like a dam that has cracks in it. And it's really just a matter of time until the dam just completely collapses and the attackers get through here. And here's the rush of water. This is it. This is it. The elephants. Uh-oh, his troops are starting to break. I think a general died there. A general died from Macedon, so now Macedon no longer has any leadership, and it's causing the men to waver. But you can't blame them. Can't blame them. These pikes, not even a big deal right now. I mean, they're not a problem. They're breaking. Macedon pushing in with some cav. This is good. Come on, charge them. No, charge them. What are you doing? You're just walking into them. That's all right. Again, the attackers can lose up here. They're going to win over here. Sparta's running out of troops. Elephants closing in. Sparta's now starting to waver everywhere. Multiple units. Oh, Macedon is wavering. This looks like it's the end, guys. Yep, this entire force up here wavering. It seems that Hungry Wolves are going to be victorious today. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward a little bit, as it's quite obvious who's going to win this one. And yeah, I just think the last call, maybe newer players compared to the Hungry Wolves. They definitely should have tried to fight for the walls here. It's just when you hide in choke points in the streets, you're gonna be weak to skirmishers or javelins. It's just not gonna be good. So really, this whole battle was pretty much dominated by the Hungry Wolves. Yes, it wasn't very close, but hopefully you learned some cool new tactics, and you can learn from the mistakes of the players in this round. But let's end this replay. Look at the kills. So you can look at the player names. So we got Ulfer getting the most kills here, 3,000 kills. We've got Joe, who's from the 14th Brooklyn, one of the scouts. Joe did a great job, just under 2,000 kills. And then we've got another 14th Brooklyn. So he got, again, just under 2,000 kills. Over on the other side, King of Sparta is going Sparta. That's convenient. Getting 1,000. Nate Dogg getting 1,500. And Rommel getting 1,700. So defenders, again, think they made a mistake of giving up the walls. Yes, the elephant got 600 kills here, but how many of those were friendly? I'm sure a lot of them were enemies, though. So he did pretty good with the elephants. That was like the best move of Bactria. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow should be the next round. So we will see the Hungry Wolves defend, and it's gonna be a good show. So the last call will be fighting to stay in this tournament. Again, if last call loses, then it's GG. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time on the battlefield.